12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. It is 8 a.m. on this Saturday, October 19th.
Good morning. We're feeling good. We had breakfast tacos.
Breakfast tacos. And
it was great.
Coffee. It was great.
Nice way to start our weekend.
A lot of runners down St. Mary's. I know there's a running group that starts the Pearl. And I notice a lot more now that it's cooler than, it has been.
Yeah.
It's too warm for people to go out.
Exactly. But it is, 20 degrees warmer than how we started Thursday morning. So temperatures this morning in the 60s, and we've even got some areas of sprinkles out there to talk about. Now, if you are waking up with one of those areas of sprinkles, you might be like, oh man, is it going to rain all weekend? Or you might be like, oh, I hope it rains. We do need the rain. It's not, though. We're really only going to see a few of these morning sprinkles, and then we'll be looking at mainly partly cloudy skies this afternoon. One shower here through the Gray Forest area. Otherwise, just a few sprinkles to start your Saturday, to start off your weekend. Temperatures today going to be climbing. Right now they're in the 60s. This is our morning low. Yes, on Thursday morning we were dealing with our coolest morning since April, and you can see that humidity is backing away, and so that's why we're waking up in the 60s, even in the 70s, closer to the border. And dew points are in the 60s. So that is pretty muggy. But this afternoon, we're going to see pretty pleasant weather as humidity comes down. 83 for the high temperature today, 85 tomorrow. Yeah, some more morning sprinkles possible. But unfortunately, this is not going to do anything to help us out with the drought situation. More on that, and I'll have a look at warming temperatures in our near future coming up. Sarah.
Sarah, thank you. New this morning, San Antonio police say a man is dead after he was hit by someone driving a car along I-10. So this happened around 9:30 p.m. near Foster Road. Police say the man was in the middle of the access road walking against traffic when he was hit by that driver. But the driver did stop to help. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. No charges have been filed. Well, this morning, San Antonio police say a woman is dead after being attacked and hit in the head while getting out of her vehicle. This happened around 8 o'clock last night in the 200 block of Prestwick Boulevard. Police say the woman in her 30s was getting out of her vehicle when an unknown number of people approached her and hit her in the head. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Right now, police tell us it's unclear how many people attacked the woman before they fled the scene. And a warning to our viewers that these videos might be hard to watch. Two separate shootings on the same day that San Antonio police officers pulled the trigger, and we now have body cam video from both of these incidents. So SAPD officers are seen yelling at 38-year-old Janelle Harris, but she wasn't cooperating. Officers were responding to several 911 calls regarding Harris and her behavior. After Harris made a threat to officers, one officer fired a single shot. It turned out the gun Harris had was an airsoft gun. She is facing 2 counts of aggravated assault against a police officer and 2 counts of obstruction of retaliation. So that second shooting took place off of Cantrell. That's not far from I-35. And again, this could be hard to watch. The scene of officers surrounding 41-year-old Roberto Gonzalez in a wooded area. All started as a traffic stop due to SAPD's robbery task force monitoring a suspect wanted on an aggravated robbery warrant. Gonzalez is seen putting up the one hand without the gun in it a few times before slightly raising the arm with the gun that had in that hand. Now, Gonzalez died on scene. 7 officers fired their gun. Both shootings are being reviewed by the Bexar County District Attorney's Office. We have the complete videos for you online. Just head to KSAT.com. Happening today, the Brooke Army Medical Center is working with Joint Base San Antonio today to host a Military Retiree Appreciation Day. Lots of resources and services that veterans can have access to. Our Devin Harp is live at BAMC where it's being held. Hey, it's busy back there, Devin.
Oh yes, Sarah. If you look behind me, you can see no shortage of people and no shortage of resources here on the first floor of the Brooke Army Medical Center Patient Outpatient Center. Now, this is something that JBSA works with BAMC every year on to put together, and they host multiple ones of these a year for Military Retiree Appreciation Day. Now, if you look behind me, you can see there are so many different kinds of resources, both from the Department of Veterans Affairs as well as local places that are coming in to help. For just a quick example, they're going to be offering flu and COVID-19 vaccinations. Walk-in ID card services are going to be available, walk-in mammogram services, as well as some limited appointments are going to be available for oral cancer screenings and skin cancer screenings. Not to mention some prescription eyeglasses are going to be available for people with a prescription that's less than a year old. The Bexar County Clerk's office is right here to help people recording or requesting copies of their DD-214. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, that's a document issued to a military member when they're discharged, separated, or retired from active duty. Now, you don't need to register ahead of time. All you need to do is show on up to the front gate. As long as you have a military ID, you will be set to go. The event is going to be going on right now, starting at 8 o'clock, and it's going to be going on until noon today. For now, Sarah, I'm going to send back to you, Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Devin, thank you. We are Military City, USA. I know a lot of people will be taking advantage of that. It is 8:06, 67 degrees. Making the best of an absolute horrible situation. It's what one young woman is doing after her cancer diagnosis. Next, we're going to share her message. Taking a look outside with live cam. Yeah, we can see those clouds out there. Sarah said we can have some spotty sprinkles throughout the day. 8:06 at 67 degrees. She'll have our weekend forecast for us when we come back. Well, her pain was indescribable, but one San Antonio teen says she doesn't look at her cancer diagnosis negatively. Doctors diagnosed Liz De Leon with a form of leukemia back in 2021. Liz was just 12 years old. She spent months in the hospital getting treated. She's now in remission and is proud to share her story of survival.
It changed my life by opening, it gave me lots of opportunities. Like, I'm this one right now, like I'm being able to do this one event for Light the Night and being able to tell my story to others.
Liz will get to share her story later this evening at Light the Night. She's one of the honored heroes at the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's annual walk. And this walk is about honoring people impacted, like Liz, by blood cancer. So scan this QR code to sign up for Team KSAT and make a donation. We have a goal to raise $5,000 and we need your help to get there. Danielle Ibarra will MC the event, so join us at Civic Park at Hemisphere starting at 6 p.m.
It's going to be a great evening weather-wise for that, you know, not too warm. And of course, once the sun starts to set, it'll be pretty pleasant. It is humid out there right now, but the humidity will come down.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty nice night out there. Let's go ahead and take a look outside this morning, though. We have got clouds to start our day. These clouds overnight have acted like a blanket to keep us warm in the overnight hours. And you can see it's 67 in San Antonio. That's a pretty warm start, especially compared to the fact that we were able to see morning lows in the 50s and in the 40s just a couple days ago. New Braunfels at 66, at 70 in Del Rio, 63 in Bernie, and 63 in Kerrville. Showing you the radar right now, the authority radar, because as you can see, we do have a couple of sprinkles out there this morning, mainly along the higher elevations in Bexar County. So think of the north side, so just north of Helotes, Leon Springs, and Bulverde. And then farther to the south, you can see that we've got a sprinkle right over JBSA Lackland at the moment. These are very light, not consequential at all in Kendall County, Comal County, and down south of Pleasanton. They're not going to amount to hardly anything. And really, the core of the rain across the nation is up near the Four Corners region. That's where we've got a lot of rainfall from Albuquerque up to Denver, Colorado. If we wanted to see good rain in San Antonio, that low would need to be positioned in northern Mexico. So unfortunately, we're just not going to see any rain from this system that's significant. Any rain will be limited to the Texas Panhandle. What we are seeing from that low is moisture getting pulled up from the Gulf of Mexico. That's why it's pretty muggy this morning. But if you're worried about a high heat index in the afternoon because of humidity, you don't need to worry, because look at what happens to humidity. We see it become pleasantly low. This is why I was saying the light the night is going to be pretty nice. Low humidity. Temperatures will be on the warmer side, but not too warm. As we take a look at our KSAT 12-hour forecast, by 10 it'll be 70. Again, a sprinkle or two possible. By noon, 74. And afternoon high temperature 83 degrees in San Antonio, and pretty pleasant this evening with temperatures falling into the 70s quickly. And speaking of the 70s, I think some folks are going to have a harder time getting out of the 70s, like Kerrville, Bernie, Helotes, Los Maples. Upper 70s only for the high. Another nice day. Temperatures at 83 degrees in San Antonio, 85 in New Braunfels, 84 in Floresville. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, sprinkles are the best that we can get, and we are seeing drought really start to take over again. Anywhere you see this orange, that is severe drought. So all of Bexar County, and at least severe drought for Seguin, Floresville, and Pleasanton. And then, of course, we've got this area of extreme drought from Comfort down to Leon Springs, northern quarter of 1604, Medina Lake area, and Lakey. We need rainfall, and we're just not going to get it over the next 7 to 10 days. Sprinkles this weekend, and then no rain chances for us. Looking ahead to your 7-day forecast, we're going to be looking at temperatures climbing steadily. We'll be in the upper 80s by Wednesday and Thursday. Hey, at least we're not going to be challenging records like we were this time a week ago and seeing temperatures in the 90s. But as I mentioned, we are abnormally dry. I'm going to tell you when the last time we saw from October 1st to October 19th, only a trace of rain. When did that happen last time? I'll have those answers for you coming up.
Yeah, we desperately need the rain. Thank you, Sarah. It's 8:14 and 67 degrees. Collecting and selling cards is a popular business. How one local collector is in the red after he claims the owner of a memorabilia company owes him more than $200,000. Happy birthday! We want to give a special happy birthday shout out to a UIW sister who turned 100 years old. Sister Margaret Rose was born in San Antonio on October 19th, 1924. She is a retired educator and former faculty member. In her 75 plus years of service, she has touched countless lives through her teaching, leadership, and dedication to the mission of Incarnate Word. Now, nearly a century later, she resides the nearby grounds of the Village of Incarnate Word Senior Living Community. Happy birthday from KSAT 12. Collecting and selling sports cards is a popular business, but one local collector is in the red after he claims the owner of the memorabilia company owes him more than $200,000.
Yep, it's all in a lawsuit that has been filed against Legends Only Sports Cards and Collectibles. And now an investigation has been opened by the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Eric Hernandez spoke with a customer who said he hopes others will avoid his mistakes.
Collecting sports cards has been a passion for Jorge Olazabal and his family. After the San Antonio Spurs acquired Victor Wembanyama, Olazabal was on the hunt for valuable cards.
My children and I saved up for some time to now buy a couple of boxes, and we were able to hit one of his major cards.
That card, a rare black gold prism rookie card. He then contacted Rashad Aldridge from Legends Only Sports Cards and Collectibles located off Loop 1604 near Highway 151. Olazabal asked for help to find more Wemby memorabilia. The two struck a consignment deal. Aldridge would take other sports cards Olazabal owned as well as 4 Rolex watches, all totaled more than $200,000. That agreement was to try to sell those items so Olazabal could use the profits to purchase more valuable collectibles.
He agreed to sign my legal document that it was, the chain of command of custody, that he was going to be taking my inventory, which were probably about 600 cards in 2 different cases, logged and tracked.
But from March until June, Olazabal never saw any money and his items were never returned.
And I think that's when I started to realize that he either A, didn't have the cards, or B, had spent the money on growing his personal business.
The lawsuit was filed in July, and Elazabal's attorney confirmed to KSAT that neither Aldridge nor an attorney representing him had responded to the suit. We reached out to Aldridge on several occasions by phone. He told us today he was not available for an interview, but that he wanted the situation settled. Elazabal has filed a report with the Bexar County Sheriff's Office and at this point wants to warn others.
I just want to create awareness in the community and make sure that if there's other victims out there, you're not alone. This was a significant investment on our part and risk that we took. But unfortunately, I'm hoping that it doesn't happen to others.
Now, after speaking with Rashad Aldridge yesterday, he did reach out to his attorney to try to come up with an agreement. We spoke to that attorney who says that nothing has been agreed upon yet. As far as that BCSO investigation, it is still active and open. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
We did get a statement back from the owner, Rashad Aldridge. He told KSAT, part and quote, "I fully understand the severity of the situation, and I want to assure our community that I am working closely with my legal counsel to address the issues raised in this lawsuit. Our primary goal is to resolve this matter in a fair and amicable manner while preserving the trust and reputation we have built over the years," end quote.
All right, time now is 8:21. It's 67 degrees outside and a little cloudy.
Up next, just in time for Halloween, we'll show you the first video game set in the Quiet Place universe that features a mic mode that can alter the game in a unique way.
And let's take a look at TransGuide. There's a lot of construction going on this weekend. This is 35 at Schertz. You know, there's a ton of construction going on there, down to 2 lanes in some cases. So just use whatever app helps you get there fast enough. Google Maps, Waze, whatever, because it's a bit of a mess out there. Also, 1604 closed at I-10 throughout the weekend as well on the north side. We'll be back.
In the Quiet Place movies, loud noises cause the hostile aliens to attack. You and I would be horrible at this.
What are you talking about? We're so quiet.
We're so quiet.
Now, as CNN's Rick Damigella explains, imagine that taking place in a game, but real world noise can trigger some unique interactions.
If you've seen the A Quiet Place movies, you know what happens when a loud sound is made. Now imagine not making noise being the central mechanic to a video game.
A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead, puts you in the world of A Quiet Place. And we all know the rules of the world of The Quiet Place. You cannot make any sound. Everyone knows the rules of what this game is. If you make too much sound, you die. It's almost like a puzzle because you look at environments in front of you and you have to think about how am I going to get from here to there and not make any sound.
Which can be more challenging than it seems.
You have some inhalers because Alex, the main character, has asthma. So if you get stressed out too much, she starts to breathe, and if she starts to cough, well, then she dies.
And for players who want the ultimate challenge,
there is a live microphone setting. So, you know, most people have headsets with the microphone. If you turn on the setting, if your friend or your spouse walks in and talks to you and it's picked up by the mic, the aliens hear that and you're going to die. So it really does kind of like add an element of kind of very uniqueness to this game where your world that you play in also needs to be very quiet.
Playing with the lights on and microphone muted in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
My husband is a gamer, and I always walk in, and I'm like, ah! Turn the mic off. What is that? What is that? I can't even imagine this game. He's like, I just died.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, well, you're gonna die all the time if you play this game.
I love the way he explained the game for sure.
You make a noise, your wife comes in, you're dead. It's great. It's 8:28 and 67 degrees. There's a major issue brewing between the U.S. and Mexico when it comes to water. why the Texas citrus industry is hanging on by a thread, and how the state ag commissioner is changing the rules to help farmers. Hey, good morning. It's 8:30 on this Saturday, October 19th.
Good morning. Big day for college football. Big day for nice weather in San Antonio.
Yeah, and there's some big events like the night tonight.
Absolutely.
The weather tonight should be nice.
It should be. It should be a lot nicer even than what we're dealing with out there right now. Because this morning it is a little muggy and we do have some areas of sprinkles. But by the evening hours, the humidity is really going to come down. I wanted to start with the authority radar here because I want to show you that some of these sprinkles are showing up on the authority radar. Let's go ahead and zoom in to areas inside of 410 here through San Antonio. So just over north of Lackland Air Force Base, JBSA Lackland, inside 410 there, Leon Valley area, and then farther to the south here near Poteet and Pleasanton, just some patchy sprinkles. And then out to the west, we do have some sprinkles for parts of Real County and northern Uvalde County as well. It's pretty mild this morning. We're at 67 degrees in San Antonio, 64 in Bulverde, 63 in Kerrville, and 65 in Uvalde. Hard to believe that just a couple of mornings ago, our temperatures were in the 40s and 50s to start the day. We're going to see a 10% chance for a sprinkle or two throughout the morning, but then in the afternoon, humidity is going to come down and we'll get up to 83 degrees. No significant rain today. And here's a staggering fact for you. Okay, so since October 1st through today, we've only seen a trace of rain reported at the airport, which is the official rain gauge for San Antonio. The last time this happened, because October is a pretty rainy month for us, that we've seen a trace of rain or less from October 1st through October 19th was 1995. 29 years ago. So we are off to a very dry and warm start to October. What does the rest of the week look like next week? And what about winter? What can we say as far as rainfall goes for winter? Those details ahead.
Sarah, thank you. Here at home, preparations are underway for early voting. All the election equipment has officially been handed out to the election judges. You can head out to the polls starting Monday morning at any one of the 51 early voting locations across our area. And you can do so until November 1st. Early voting hours will vary depending on the day. When it comes to voting by mail, not everyone is eligible, but if you are eligible and you live in Bexar County, you have until October 25th to mail in your application. If you don't make it out to early voting, you can still vote on election night on Tuesday, November 5th. For more information about those polling locations, what you need to know before you head to vote, head over to our Vote 2024 tab on KSAT.com. Meanwhile, it's 17 days until the final votes are cast for the race for the White House. Both Vice President Harris and former President Trump are on the campaign trail this weekend, both holding rallies in Michigan, and that's a key swing state. Both are focusing their campaign on the economy and are seeking support from a significant population of Arab American voters who reside there. Well, happening today, the Brooke Army Medical Center is working with Joint Base San Antonio today to host a Military Retiree Appreciation Day with lots of resources and services that veterans can access. Our Devin Karp is there at BAMC where it's being held. Good morning, Devin.
Good morning. We are here on the first floor of the Brooke Army Medical Center for Military Retiree Appreciation Day. If you take a look behind me, there is no shortage of resources going on here, and we've got Maria here to explain it. Good morning. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Good morning. Hi, I'm Maria Guerrero. I'm the Chief of Patient Experience here at Brooke Army Medical Center.
Fantastic. So talk to me, what are some of the services that we have here for all the retirees?
So we have flu shots, we have COVID vaccines, we have ID card section open, and we also have all the clinics. The majority of the clinics are open. Oral cancer screening, mammogram, walk-in. We're also we have the blood mobile out there so that you can donate blood. Blood is always good for us.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So talk to me, why is it so important that y'all bring all these resources in a one-stop shop for these retirees?
The reason is because we give back to our retirees and they are well taken care of once a year. So we bring all these services, clinics, we bring Veterans Administration. Bexar County is here as well too to provide DD 214. So if you're listening, please come out. It's open till 12 o'clock, and we invite all the retirees and their family members.
Yeah, and you don't need to register online ahead of time, right?
No, it's on a walk-in basis once a year, and it's always like the second end of the week of October of every year.
Fantastic.
So keep that in mind.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Thank you for coming.
Like she said, this is going to be going on until noon today. You don't need to register ahead of time to sign up. You can just show up at the front gates with your military ID and be ready. For now, I'm going to send it back to you, Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Devin, thank you. So many veterans in our area. They can take advantage of that until noon today. 8:37, 67 degrees. Let's take a look outside with live cam. We did have some spotty sprinkles this morning. You can see those clouds still lingering around. Lots of runners this morning. The running group that heads out from the Pearl, taking advantage of that cooler weather. But things are going to heat up later in the week. Sarah Spivey will explain when we come back.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We are starting off our Saturday pretty cloudy. Outside right now it's 67 degrees. Winds are from the east at about 10 miles per hour. You can see the clouds there here in the background over the airport. And we've also got some areas of very light sprinkles. We're going to go ahead and put this in motion. You can see a few light sprinkles ongoing from Pleasanton all the way across parts of the hill country. Now, this is going to be very, very light. We're talking maybe a couple hundredths of an inch of rainfall. That is it. Here's a look farther to the north here. Leon Springs area, nearer to Bernie too. Just a couple of very spotty, isolated sprinkles. As far as rainfall goes, remember yesterday morning we started off the day with a few showers. This is a look at how much rain fell. In some places, honestly, just about a tenth of an inch of rain, and that was if you were lucky. As we zoom into the airport is where the official rain gauge is for San Antonio, and you can see there's a gap right over the airport. So the airport really only reported trace amount of rainfall. In order to be considered measurable rain, it has to at least be a hundredth of an inch of rain. So we have gone 44 days without measurable rainfall at the San Antonio International Airport. Last time we reported rain was September 5th at the airport. And when you look at the month, we are in a major deficit. We're down more than 2 inches where we should be so far this month. And for the year, we're down almost 5.5 inches of where we should be. So we are hurting for rain. And unfortunately, it just is not going to be in the cards. A few sprinkles today and tomorrow, yes, not amounting to anything substantial, and then no more rain chances throughout the rest of next week. And unfortunately, the news is kind of even worse because we're about to enter into a La Nina winter. And typically during a La Nina winter, we experience less rain than average. Now, it doesn't mean it's not going to rain at all over the next several months, but just below average. Temperatures in the mid 60s this morning, low 60s in the hill country, a warm start to the day, all because the humidity is a little bit higher, dew points in the 60s, but watch what happens to humidity this afternoon. We see it come down. It'll be pleasantly dry this afternoon. Temperatures climbing to 74 by 12, and then in the afternoon, 83 for the high in San Antonio. We are going to struggle to get out of the 70s in the hill country, however, 82 in Del Rio, 86 in Cotulla, 85 in Gonzales, and then looking at that 7-day forecast, warming up to near 90 degrees in the week ahead. Although I don't think we're actually going to hit 90. We just got the pollen count in, so coming up the next half hour, I'll have a look at that right around 9 o'clock.
I really hope we don't hit 90 late October. That'd be brutal.
Me too.
Thanks, Sarah. 8:43, 67 degrees. There's an issue brewing between the U.S. and Mexico, and it has to do with a treaty that was signed back in 1944 involving the Texas citrus industry. So why the origin of some of your favorite fruits could be changing. There's an issue brewing between the U.S. and Mexico that has nothing to do with immigration. It's the water.
And the Texas citrus industry is hanging in the balance. For this, KSAT Explains, our very own Justin Horn travels to the valley and tells us someday soon, the citrus you buy may come from somewhere far away.
Do you think it's in danger of going away? I think if nothing changes in the next year or two, we could see that. It's definitely something that we're starting to talk about, unfortunately.
Matt Klosterman is a farmer in the Rio Grande Valley, and he knows Texas citrus well. He also knows the industry is hanging on by a thread.
Citrus is kind of on the chopping block. Citrus requires quite a bit of water.
And water is really where this whole story goes south, quite literally.
Since 1992, Mexico has had a repeated history of not complying with the treaty.
That's Carlos Rubenstein, former water master of the Rio Grande. If you're like me, you now have two questions. One, what's a water master? And two, what treaty are we talking about here?
Water masters, we have 4 of them in Texas. Particularly to the Rio Grande, the water master is in charge of ensuring that the water rights are utilized as they are authorized.
Think of it like distribution. Part math, part science, and part headache. Juggling lots of entities who want their allocated water.
That means the accounting that goes into the ownership of the water at Amistad and Falcon reservoirs, the 2 international reservoirs. When it's declared to be U.S. water, how is that water then allocated on a monthly basis to meet municipal, domestic, and industrial demands, the system demands, and irrigation demands?
Now keep in mind, we're talking about Deep South Texas here. San Antonio uses mostly groundwater. The valley does not operate that way. So to make sure everyone gets their cut, the valley is divided into several irrigation districts with their water coming from the Rio Grande. Now back to that question we had about that 1944 water treaty. What is it? Well, for starters, it's an agreement solely between the United States and Mexico. And simply put, it lays out how the two countries share water. Regulation on the U.S. side is done by the International Boundary Water Commission.
The 1944 Water Treaty is a treaty that actually covers 3 watersheds.
Those being the mighty Colorado out west and the Rio Grande from the Rockies to El Paso. These are filled by snowpack. But it's the 3rd watershed that's the real problem here.
The 3rd basin starts at Fort Quitman and goes all the way down to Brownsville. About 50% of the water is supplied from the Mexican side.
Bottom line, the water that flows into the Rio Grande is to be shared.
Mexico has 5 years to deliver 1.75 million acre feet.
That's because the treaty works in 5-year cycles. It always has. The United States delivers water from those other watersheds, most notably the Colorado River out west. The U.S. has done their part. Mexico, however,
we are in year 4 of this 1944 water treaty, and Mexico has a very high probability of ending the 5-year cycle in deficit.
While still technically in compliance, barring a miracle, it's not looking like Mexico is going to fulfill their side of the bargain. And this isn't the first time it's happened.
Mexico has a repeated history of not complying with the treaty, but it's one that's been more pronounced since 1992.
And it's been a rough stretch for South Texas farmers ever since. Just ask Troy Allett, who runs the Delta Lake Irrigation District, which covers an area just north of Weslaco.
My fear is we will be totally out of water come probably the end of December, if there's no changes, if I can stretch it that far.
Recent rainfall has helped some, but it's not enough.
This all sounds very stressful.
Very stressful.
And in a situation like this, where water is at a premium, where's your stress level right now?
It's very high. It's very high. There's nights I just lay in bed thinking, what's going to happen if we run out of water?
Keep in mind, Allen's Irrigation District also provides water to towns in the area. They too are at risk of not having water.
So at that point, I'm not sure how I'm going to get water to my municipalities. You know, my farmers, they're already done. I mean, it's done. Most of these guys are already trying to decide how they're going to plant next year if they plant at all.
And if you thought citrus was the only casualty of all of this, think again.
Just recently here this past year, we as growers lost our sugar industry, something that had been here for over 50 years, another crop that required a larger amount of water, but at the same time was also one of our higher revenue crops.
Closed in February, the last remaining sugar mill in Texas now sits abandoned, a relic of what was once a booming industry, and it has the valley on edge.
We're along a stretch of the Rio Grande where water is pumped from here back into the valley for agricultural reasons. And the big question becomes, should Mexico not abide by the treaty? What is the recourse?
If we're not going to have compliance in one basin, there should also be a corresponding lack of compliance in the other. So if Mexico fails to deliver on the Rio Grande, then the United States should curtail its deliveries out of the Colorado, as an example. That's an extreme measure. It's something that's never been done before.
And chances are it won't be done this go-round, because as we learned, it's a complicated web of state and federal issues.
That water belongs to 6 U.S. states. The federal government operates the infrastructure, does the science, but there's no mechanism for withholding that water.
Leaving Commissioner Giner in a tough spot to work this out through diplomacy. And it's worth noting that some Mexican farmers are hurting as well. But for as complicated and nuanced as all the politics are, farmers in the valley are losing hope.
So we need to come up with a different way that's not tied to water to make them abide by the treaty.
Which also currently is not on the table, leaving most valley farmers hoping, ironically, for more hurricanes, which would provide the heavy rain they need. Otherwise, your next trip to the grocery store, you may find produce not from Texas and at higher prices.
This really isn't a new problem for us. It's just exaggerated at the moment due to the lack of water. But personally, I don't feel we're going to get a lot of help from our neighbors to the south.
For KSAT Explains, I'm meteorologist Justin Horn.
Great story, Justin. And here's an interesting fact, Sarah. Right after Justin finished this report, the farmers' concerns about the lack of water are now being addressed in the new executive order issued by the state agricultural commissioner Sid Miller's office.
Wow, the executive order is going to allow Texas farmers and ranchers to use water from the Rio Grande for irrigation purposes. And so we go into detail about the new order and how it will work in a new article that's available right now on KSAT.com. But great work from Justin Horn. And of course, our hearts and thoughts go out to all those farmers working hard in the valley.
One thing, Sarah, they said they hope for hurricanes. That's probably not going to happen this late in the season.
And this late in the season, most of the hurricanes head well to the east of Texas if they do occur at all.
We got to hope for some rain. 8:54, 67 degrees. Let's take a look outside with TransGuide. Here's that construction that we showed you earlier. This is your route I-35 to the Shirt-Cibolo area. This is what you deal with. You know that this is happening northbound 35. They have construction. They're cutting down 2 lanes. So if this is your route this morning, please take this in mind because it is bumper to bumper. We'll be right back. Well, she's one of the honored heroes at tonight's Light the Night event. How a local woman with a rare cancer that affects bone marrow and blood was able to recover. Plus, we'll show you the newest movies hitting theaters this weekend.